Yeah, so we have some audience already here. We can get started. A brief introduction about today's session, which I've already given. Let me reiterate that. Today's session is slightly different than the conventional sessions we have on YouTube for your classwork and all. Today's session is more about trying to figure out that what can we derive out of the studies that we do in our classrooms on day-to-day basis. बिकॉज एक कन्वेंशन सा बन गया है हमारे पास कि वी रियलाइज दैट नहीं जी हमें बीटेक के साथ जो हम कोर्सेज कर रहे हैं एडिशनली कुछ ये भी करना है वो भी करना है इफ यू हैव द टाइम अगर आपके पास वो टाइम है अब अगर आपके पास वो डेडिकेशन है इट्स एब्सोल्युटली फाइन यू कैन कोई आपको रोक नहीं रहा है लेकिन ऐसा भी नहीं सोचना है कि जो आपके पास बीटेक में कंटेंट था या जो है I'm using it for both cases, those who are in their current classes and those who have just passed out. Particularly, my focus in this lecture would be, or this session would be for those who just passed out, the Institute of Technology and all other campuses are around, that those subjects which you have been taught or which you have gone through in your course curriculum are in a way sufficient for you to face the job. Because anyway, जहाँ कहीं भी आप जॉब कर रहे हैं या करेंगे वहां पे आपको अपना जो exact job है for that you will be tailored out in a certain way. What you need to have so some important points. First point first, what we need to have in order to fetch a job or in order to find a way after BTech is that you need to have the right attitude towards things. ठीक है ना? So the first point itself is that we'll have to focus on things that really matter and we'll have to unfocus things that don't matter. क्योंकि हमारी लाइफ में आजकल इतना इंफॉर्मेशन आ रहा है इतना इंफॉर्मेशन रेवोल्यूशन है कि कहने की बात नहीं है. So there is a lot of information available. There is a lot of stuff available online or in our societies or in our nearby places. The first thing we need to do is filter out. Filter out what is noise, filter out what is information. So information or noise को आपको separate करके you have to focus certain things. What can be that? That can be one thing. Say for example, you focus on your own personality. You focus on how you behave and respond. क्योंकि आपके इंटरव्यू में या आपके किसी भी जॉब इंटरव्यू में वो बस ये नहीं देखते कि बंदे के पास कितनी नॉलेज है बल्कि वो ये भी देखते हैं कि इसका रिस्पॉन्स क्या है टू डिफरेंट सिचुएशंस क्योंकि टैलेंट की उनको भी कमी नहीं है यूथ की उनको भी कमी नहीं है उनके पास हजारों एप्लीकेशंस है फॉर मे बी सेम पोजीशंस they have to figure out what is more suited to our organization so what they are looking in you is not just knowledge. So for all those cases who feel कि मेरा grade थोड़ा सा कम है, I'm not maybe good at mathematics, I'm not maybe good at physics, I'm not maybe good at maybe digital electronics or some other subject. बेटा पहली चीज आपको वो दरकार नहीं है. You can learn that with time or you can learn that in organization. Maybe your organization is demanding a strong knowledge of digital electronics. It's a matter of days for you now because आपके जहन में already एक digital electronics का एक खाका है. You know what digital electronics is, don't you? भले आपका grade 6 है, 5 है, 7 है, 9 है. You have an kind of एक framework आपके जहन में है कि digital में ये चीज होती है. Now अगर आपको वही चीज इस टाइम पढ़ाई जाए, I assure you, वो चीज जो आपको 4 महीनों में समझ आई या 4 महीनों में भी कंप्लीट समझ नहीं आई वो इस टाइम 1 हफ्ते या 2 हफ्ते में आप कंप्लीट रिवाइज कर सकते हैं बिलीव मी आप ये ट्राई आउट करें सो फर्स्ट थिंग दैट यू नीड इफ यू are looking for this option that मैं बीटेक के बाद क्या करूं if you're searching for this answer the first thing you need to have is you need to wear upon a right attitude for your own self आपको एक सही attitude चाहिए दूसरा अब options क्या है what are the job options what are the job options that are available what are the job options that are available that is important job options क्या है आपके पास पहला आपके पास ये ऑप्शन है कि आप देखें इन ऑर्डर टू डिराइव की जॉब ऑप्शंस क्या हैं आप ये रियलाइज करें दैट इन रीसेंट टाइम्स एक चिप शॉर्टेज का सिनेरियो बन गया था ऑल ओवर द ग्लोब राइट डू यू रिमेंबर कि इवन नाउ अगर आप देखें कॉस्ट ऑफ सर्टेन चिप्स सर्टेन स्पेसिफिक चिप्स बहुत ज्यादा हाई है या कुछ चिप्स तो अवेलेबल ही नहीं है सो इंडिया itself जिस ज्योग्राफिकल एरिया में हम रहते हैं रियलाइज द नीड कि नहीं वी नीड टू स्पेंड अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम आई मीन मनी एंड टाइम ऑन developing these things at our native place अगर आप देखें recent times में there have been 2-3 attempts to develop the processor. I think IIT Madras developed one and Chip Center Bangalore developed one. They are focusing कि हम यहीं पे एक प्रोसेसर डिवाइस करें जिसको हम यूज कर सकें. Although there are certain problems in that, अभी वो figure out नहीं हुआ है maybe उनको. I don't have the exact update. You can look for that. That indigenous, they call it as indigenous processor core, indigenous processor of India. So there is a lot of effort being put into this VLSI side. So because this is my side also, obviously I know about it much more than other areas. So point number one, which I can highlight as an area for you to go into after immediately after your BTech. Now there are certain ways कि जिस तरह से आप इसमें जा सकते हैं. पहला तरीका है कि maybe you just dive into the corporate sector and वहाँ पे आप देखेंगे options क्या क्या है and you just start applying. And there is another way you go through a brief course on VLSI. They will make you kind of company ready. वो आपको company ready बना के और उनका tie up भी होता है बहुत सारी companies के साथ and you can launch yourself into the VLSI industry. So this is one easy option. And considering this that VLSI industry काफी ना वो एक growing industry है. Not only now but in coming years also. I hope that some of the student itself was telling me आपके हिस्से का एक student है. वो बता रहे थे कि that by 2026 there will be a huge growth in this sector and that is on cards, that seems to be on cards. क्योंकि कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी जो डिवाइस या एडवांस हो रही है obviously we would need VLSI for its fabrication. हाँ, अब VLSI का जो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन का तरीका है वो थोड़ा बदल जाएगा, लेकिन we would need engineers from the same sector with some more specialization to do that also. So ये एक काफी बड़ा एरिया है, एरिया नंबर वन in my opinion, जिसमें आप dive in कर सकते हैं. Fine. Number two, in my opinion, in my humble submission, I would say, मतलब वन पन्ने बेकल लकले वन पे युद्ध में बासान छो, artificial intelligence, AI, और you can say then IT sector is, ये भी एक सेक्टर आपके पास बड़ा है. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, क्योंकि जो भी कोई काम कन्वेंशनली हो रहा था, नाउ देयर इज अ ट्रेंड कि उसको एक काइंड ऑफ एक मेकअप लगाते हैं ऊपर से. क्या मेकअप? बाय मेकअप आई मीन दैट अगर फॉर एग्जांपल समथिंग वाज हैपनिंग नॉर्मली, सो फॉर एग्जांपल यू आर मेकिंग say curtains, you're making curtains, okay? So you have a machine that is making curtains. Now you just kind of remake that machine, you just remodel that, and now you're selling that as a product, AI based curtain machine. आप समझ रही मेरी बात? So क्या हो रहा है कि हर एक चीज पे एक AI वर्ड का एडिशन हो रहा है. AI based this, AI based that. So there is also a need in this industry that they would need manpower. So AI is number two. Area number two where you can go in is artificial intelligence. So इसके regarding आप courses देखिए या इसके regarding options and avenues देखिए and maybe it can help out. Then the third class, or I would say a bigger sector, is IT. IT में आपका आएगा networking, system administration. Obviously वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा सेक्टर है लेकिन थोड़ा सा कन्वेंशनल है, बिकॉज आप बहुत सारे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंजीनियर्स देखेंगे वो जा चुके हैं ऑलरेडी इस सेक्टर में, या इवन जो आपके मैकेनिकल साइड के इंजीनियर्स हैं वो भी इस आईटी सेक्टर में जाते हैं एंड दे आल्सो हैव एन आइडिया ऑफ दिस. Following that, you have now to figure out कि इन तीन areas में मैं कहाँ जाऊँ if you're looking for job. Now, however, if you're not looking for job immediately and you're looking for studies, then I think sky is the limit for you. Studies के लिए आपके पास बहुत सारी scholarships available है. Even you have scholarships available in Jamia Millia Islamia for students from this area. And बाकी options open हैं IITs के. I heard this also कि that MTech में जो इस time admissions है काफी कम है बाहर भी. So it might be slightly easier for you to get yourself a place in some IIT also. Not bad. However, if you ask me personally as a personal recommendation for any of you out there, because you all have been my students, my recommendation would be कि आप immediately कोशिश करें that you go for a kind of course which will help you to land in your area of interest. because देखिए with time it is not important that you just are doing a job, but this is also important that you have your peace of mind. If you do not really have a financial requirement, I would really recommend to maybe go for a slight course, a brief course, or say 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, जितनी भी आपकी field की requirement होगी, and then dive into the area so that you land in a better place. क्योंकि ultimately, if you're earning from the thing which you like or which is your area of interest, उसमें अगर आपका workload कल को बढ़ता भी है, you will definitely feel better. You will not feel bad about that area. So identifying the area of interest is very important. Now, if you don't have a strict category of area of interest, then maybe the field which is trending is good for you in order to figure out what is your strong point and what is your weak point. So you will have to figure out this on your own. I leave this part to you. लेकिन मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी एक इंडिकेशन दे दी कि ग्रोइंग एरियाज कौन से. आई विल रिपीट. ग्रोइंग एरियाज जो immediately after BTech you can join is that is your artificial intelligence, that is your real estate design. I would just give an example. There are certain firms, like for example, Chip Edge is one of the firms that makes students. You can write this down if you want. All the audience, जो भी यहाँ पे audience जितने भी है इस time, if they have any question, they can comment. I can answer them. And if you want to write it down, this name, Chip Edge is one of the firms in recent times मेरा उनसे contact भी हुआ है, and maybe I can help you there also with some discounts. I'm announcing it openly, but there is a possibility because I want that if any of you goes into the VLSI industry or some other industry, it is as if I am going, because my students ये एक I would say कहावत ही है क्या है मतलब एक saying here that two people are there who who become really happy that if a child or if their student or sibling, if the student or their child actually kind of prosperous much more than what where they are, and they are your teachers and your parents. आपके टीचर्स और पेरेंट्स बहुत ज्यादा खुश होंगे अगर आप उनसे 10 गुना अच्छी जगह पे जॉब कर रहे हो. So it is as if I am going there. I'll be really happy that if some of the students of our institute can go into the industry and do really good things out there. And it is possible. क्योंकि देखिए, मैंने पहली चीज आज के सेशन में ये कही कि इंडस्ट्री में जाने के लिए आपको बस नॉलेज की जरूरत नहीं है, बल्कि एक एटीट्यूड की जरूरत है, सही एटीट्यूड की जरूरत है. सो वो एटीट्यूड आप लाएं खुद में, ठीक है ना. और इस एटीट्यूड में क्या आता है, पहली चीज क्या आती है, आई थिंक कोशिश. यू विल हैव टू ट्राई, यू विल हैव टू एक्सप्लोर, यू विल हैव टू कनेक्ट विद मी, यू विल हैव टू कनेक्ट विद समवन एल्स, जो भी आपकी पसंद का टीचर है या कहीं भी है, उससे बात कीजिए, डिस्कस सर क्या एवेन्यूज है. यू विल हैव टू मूव योर हैंड्स एंड आर्म्स एंड लेग्स. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग इज दैट. एंड ऑब्वियसली अ क्लोज कनेक्शन विद योर क्रिएटर, उस पे फोकस कीजिए, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली आपका जो वे आउट है वो वहीं से आएगा, ठीक है ना. There is no disagreement to this in any religion, because this is unanimous that we have a creator and we need to ask them, except for atheism, and that's not a religion, by the way. They totally oppose that. Anyways, my point is not that, but my point is that seek help from every corner you have. First from there, and जो भी आपके contacts है, आपके friends है, उनसे आप help लीजिए, ठीक है ना. So now, to conclude today's session, I will give you one more news. वो ये है कि in next session we will have one more session of this. In next session, I am planning to involve some pass outs from your institute who are actually doing job in private sectors. I have identified few. Today, I also met one lady. There is another one whom I met few days back. So I am at it. I am trying to figure out those students who have kind of spent their time on the same benches you were on few days back. How did they figure out a solution for their own self? And that too immediately after BTech. They are not master students. They are not PhD students. They are just BTech students from your campus only. And I will have them on board in the next session, inshallah. Plus, one more thing, maybe in that session only or session after that, I will try to also involve the director, sir, of CCPC, University of Kashmir. He has also assured me that he will be speaking with me on the YouTube live stream about what are the various possibilities or avenues that CCPC is generating for the students of current batches and batches to come. So, any question you have or any suggestion from your side which you want me to discuss right now or in the next session, that's really welcome. You can comment in the comment box. We can move ahead with that. Because my aim for today was to have a very brief discussion and to give you an idea what we are going through, what we will be doing in this session. I'll try to continue this session because I think it's much needed, as there's a disconnect between the student batches that are being passed out in different institutions, or I would say in institution, in our institution. डिस्कनेक्ट क्यों है आई थिंक प्राइमरली बिकॉज जो वो कोविड का सिनेरियो रहा तब से अब तक आई थिंक एवरीवन इज on hurry and everyone is trying to just kind of fix the previous things जो loss हुआ और एक online shift होने से immediately it was challenging. कुछ gaps रही, कुछ maybe topics which were not even uh, teachers were not able to cover that in maybe 2 or 3 lectures offline. They had to cover in just 2 lectures online. So there was a lot of challenge for both teachers and for both students as well. So there has been a disconnect between the batches which have recently passed in this COVID wave. So this is just one aim to reconnect and to figure out the solution. And I will also like to announce the disclaimer that this session of mine is not kind of linked with any organization, or anything which I say is absolutely my personal opinion and should not be directed to any particular organization or any authority. So, because this is where I am doing it on my own private channel and it has no financial links whatsoever. So, thank you very much for today's session. I'll just reiterate in case if you have some uh, question, you can comment in the comment box. I can answer it briefly. Or else, see you in the next session, inshallah, where I'll try to bring some students from your campus itself, from Institute of Technology, Zukura campus, who have found a way and maybe that they can be torch bearers for you as well. Assalamu alaikum.